hello. Check it out. It's a nice fire. Beard's coming in. I got the Jedi beard. Every time I wear a hoodie, I kind of feel like a little bit of a Jedi. Let's get away from there because it's kind of loud. Sorry, I'm not staring at the camera. It makes it weird. Yeah, I just come here for my infusions. I just kind of wanted to make a video. I've been thinking a lot lately, you know, there's like all these societal expectations, and I know people know that, just hear me out. Especially when it comes to gender roles, and, you know, we both got it crappy on both sides, and those that don't fall in either one have it even worse. But I'm going to be speaking about, you know, is that light messing it up? No, light's messing it up. Let me go this way. Their house is gigantic, I know. Let me take this off. Okay. Yeah, I'm getting my fluids. It's going into my PICC line. Okay, anyway. I've been thinking about this a lot, and there's a bunch of YouTubers I follow. Adam the Woo, I followed him for years. Nomadic Fanatic, Living Free Mike at Living Free, and many other YouTubers. Into the Mystery, Jed, and they've gone off and some of them are making livings doing the YouTube stuff, and you know, I will definitely go for that myself eventually, but for now this is kind of just an outlet and a way for me to document where I'm at and how I feel about this stuff. So anyway, I see over and over again in the comments on their videos, trolls that are constantly calling them, you know, man children, man babies, Peter Pan syndrome, not growing up, all this stuff. You know what, man? If growing up means a horrible mortgage that crushes you every month and just decimates you and locks you in, and it just means, if being a real man means that you've got to fit in this crazy cultural paradigm that just traps you and there's no other way, then fine, I'll be a man-child. I don't care. I had so much. I had a great apartment / condo, whatever you want to call it. I rented it, but it was a condo style. You know, I had motorcycles and cars and a business I was building before I got really ill. And a lot of people, especially in this country, in America, just like that, it can all be gone. And what did I put all those years of, you know, I wasn't breaking rocks, but I'm going to call it that. It was hard labor. And I loved it. I did most of the time, but not all the time. There was a lot of times I had to drag myself through. And now there's nothing. Everything I bought, everything I built, all the clients, everything, it's all gone. And that could happen with anything. But where I want to be is I want to be using the creative skills that I know I have, that people see in me and have seen in me all my life. You know, I've always drawn, I've always painted, I've always written. You know, I won awards all through elementary school, high school. I wrote for my school paper. You know, and now I'm doing the video editing stuff. I'm not going to edit this. This will be crappy. But I've been working on a huge video about Crohn's for a couple months now, trying my best to gather footage and figure things out. And all I'm shooting with is a cell phone, and I'm using iMovie now that I got the MacBook. And it's just opened up this whole world and a new path I can see. And getting a van, selling the RV, and being able to travel with whatever time I have left, or with whatever health I have left to spend. I can't keep waiting on a miracle drug to make me instantly better, to fix me. I have to accept the limitations of my disability and where I am at with it. And I'm okay with that now. I have the PICC, I can get a port put in, and I can travel a few hours a day, or not at all. But once I get out west, there'll be lots of free land to camp on, and I can save some of my money. Right now I'm spending everything on lodging, staying in a garage with mold growing everywhere, and it's making me sicker. and I can't go anywhere, and I can't drive, I can't do anything, I can barely afford to eat. It's crazy. I have just a small amount of money left over and set aside to try and get a very cheap vehicle for like $700 or $800 if I'm lucky, and I'm hoping that'll be enough to limp out west and camp for a while and make some videos and meet some awesome people and see some great things. And if I die right after that, or if I die trying to do that, that's perfectly acceptable, because the reality is I was dead all through my 20s. I was in a terrible marriage, and then that ended, and I got into a good relationship, or at least I thought it was. We always do, right? And I really tried hard, and I poured myself into this business, and it wasn't going to happen. No matter how hard I tried, the fatigue, the pain, the joint issues. I lost my hands, which were the way I made my living, was the strength in my hands. You can lose it all easily, and you always got to have backups, and you always got to see a new future, a new way forward. And I really, really, really see a new path. And it could be this thing where I get a van and I go off, because in March my insurance goes nationwide, and I'm not just stuck in Pennsylvania anymore. That opens it up to me. The other option is I could go overseas with some friends that are very, very incredible, and the only problem with that is I really don't want to get in the way of somebody else's life, and I want to build something as much on my own as I can. It's just who I am. And the other part of that is going overseas to London would screw with my health insurance, possibly. It would be a very weird gray area, and getting Boba over there and stuff, I'm not willing to give him up. He is my kid. He's my son. It doesn't matter that he's not a human. I love my cat. And I think once I sell the RV, that'll give me between $1,500 at minimum. And then, because once I'm in that situation, once I'm living like that, and I can camp for free, and I don't have to pay, a $300+ a month overhead for a garage and all these extra expenses, I'll be able to put money aside a little bit, not a lot, but that's just how it is when you are in this position in this country. So you have to figure out a way to make it work, and it's made me very resourceful, and I'm actually grateful for my immune system disease, my Crohn's, in a lot of ways. It made me vegan, it made me more compassionate, it made me more understanding of others and other people and what they go through. And I mean, really, when it comes down to it, my life's goals, the buildings, I want to share people's stories, just random stories. I did a cross-country motorcycle trip. What time are we at here? It's getting pretty big. I did a cross-country motorcycle trip years ago, 3,900 some miles. I think it was 3,943, something like that. I met some really incredible people. I slept out under the stars one night with a bunch of bums, some homeless folk that were hitchhiking, and I drank with them and just hung out and talked to them. They weren't dangerous. That was my beginnings of me learning about other people in my bad marriage. I don't know. I'm on the steroids now, so my face is puffy, and I'm feeling pretty good about trying to do the best I can with what resources I have available. I've had a few people tell me I should do a GoFundMe. I don't know how comfortable I feel with that, because I did one before, and somebody I used to know went really hard against me about it. I'm not a beggar. I'm not. People, not even one of the people that donated. I know, except for the anonymous ones, I know everybody who donated. And I know fairly close what amounts of money they donated to me, whether it was $5, $10, $20. Somebody, I won't mention any names, somebody donated $150, and I told them I could not accept it, and they just they refused to give me their PayPal to give it back to them. So this got off on a craziness, but I'm going to upload this. And I think it's total bullshit that we're all locked into these ridiculous paradigms in our culture that says we can't do this and we can't do that because it's childish, and we got to grow up, and we got to work for 25 years on a factory line or in a crappy cubicle, wasting away, and then something happens and we lose everything anyway. Fuck that. Let's get out there and explore the world. See what we want to do. Or if that's not what you want to do, do what you want to do. Alan Watt had the time to figure these things out, but I do. I feel pretty great. If you watch, thank you for watching. It's always pretty incredible to me that people watch. I don't understand why the videos don't monetize like they're supposed to, but whatever. I don't really care that much. I'm not going to make any money anyway. I've never gotten a check or anything. So, have a good one. Okay, bye.